Hello, hello. Thank you for coming back. This is part three. I'm Kelly Joe, Sunshine Joe 420. This is a natal birth chart reading for a sun in Taurus, a moon, and rising in Scorpio. So part one and part two was talking about your sun, and now we're going to move on to your moon. So your moon is in Scorpio. The expression for Scorpio is I desire. Here we go. So I wrote down very deep, emotional, and passionate. You find security in the emotional intensity of relationships versus the material things that they can give you. You are able to see down to the nitty gritty, like dirt layers of people and situations. You're able to see that right away, right away. And sometimes it's very frustrating to you when you can see obvious things and you can see things that are just not obvious to other people. And that gets you so frustrated because you're like, what are we missing? What are we missing here? And you have to allow people to take their time, take their space, take their learning avenues, and do what they need to do to get to where you're at. Because you can just not force that onto people. Okay. You are, so you love to dig deep into situations, relationships, conversations. Like you are just like the digger of things. And sometimes people are just like, stop. Like, would you just fucking stop? And you're like, no. I want to figure it out. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. And that's like a really beautiful curiosity for you. But if it's keeping you awake or anxious or upset, then that is proof from the universe that it's not for you. And you have to let go of those things. Um, be very okay. So I said very frustrating too. So Scorpio is the ruler of Pluto. Pluto is the planet that is furthest away from the sun. So obviously that's going to mean that Pluto is the darkest planet because it doesn't have the sun shining on it. And it gets a really bad rap. I mean, Scorpios get a very bad rap of being these dark, suspicious, ooh kind of people. And I'm married to a Scorpio, so I understand them, I feel like, very well. And death and transformation, which is what Pluto represents, that does not have to be something that's negative. From death comes life. It's all about transformation. It's all about rebirth. And that doesn't happen one time in your life when you're born out of your mama's. That happens every single day, every single time that you learn something, every single time that you level up. And allowing yourself to do that without guilt or without fear is really going to allow you to not carry these what if, could ifs, sad sorrows with you about life because you are entitled to do anything that you freaking so choose. So you might feel like your life has been, will be, and is full of emotional turmoil, ups and downs. And honestly, that is a Scorpio's life. But again, going back to your sun, sometimes the things that you let stoop you up and you let catch you off guard and you let pull the rug from underneath you, they have no business doing that because you are stronger than them. You know half of the time when that thing is going to come or when that thing is going to happen. So you have to allow yourself to be in control. You are in control of all things. How you feel, the way that you respond to a situation is how that situation will continue to grow in your life. Even in chaos, you are in control. Even in sadness, you are in control. Even in confusion, you are still in control, and it's okay to have those emotions, but it matters how you act. Rebirth and change and transformation is a part of life. It's what we want to do. We want to level up. We want to have all these things. But when it comes to really getting down to doing the work and going to that dark planet of Pluto, none of us want to do it because we're scared. But what is fear? It's not real. It's something that we put on ourselves. So just know that there's nothing that you can do to stop it. However, when you learn to accept it, it will feel way less dramatic and way less overwhelming. And again, that just goes back to your mindset. Self-awareness and acceptance is key. Key in your, I said, a very dynamic, powerful key to your soul. You have to know that the way you think about things, the way you do things, the way you act about things is okay. It's just the way you are. But the second that you start questioning and worrying and feeling guilty and all of those negative 3D human emotions, that's when like anxiety and nervousness and worry, like that's when all of those shitty things come and like weigh on our shoulders, and that's heavy. I know that's heavy, and we have to allow ourselves to put it freaking down. Put it down. All or nothing is your style, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Do it. Do it all or nothing. Go hard. Go hard. You will not feel fulfilled if your life is like boring or basic, half-assed, settled. Like that's not for you. That's not what you were born to do. That's not what you want to have. And if that's what you're, settling on right now because of security, you are blocking a lot of blessings for you and your family. Yeah. We talked about it a little bit in your sun sign, but it comes up even more in your moon sign of the deep fear of betrayal. Stop putting loved ones in like mental games, and you don't even really know that you're doing it. Like, I'm going to see if he does this, or I'm going to see if they respond this way, or if they know me, they should do this. And that's just like honestly setting people up for failure. And if somebody really loves you and has shown you that they deserve to be there and that you guys are growing together as people, they don't have to prove anything. Just as you don't have to prove anything to them, but the consistency of like always loving, always understanding, always growing needs to always be key. You are loved unconditionally, and it's time for you to start accepting it. You deserve the love that you desire. You're very loyal and very committed, like the most loyal of all signs. Learn to master and accept your intuition and emotions, and that is when you become powerful. That is when you become this person that doesn't feel so tired. I don't know why that word just came into my head, but yeah. Learn to, okay, just you do just know things. Stop questioning it and go with your gut. Allow more time in solitude, speaking words of love and grace and compassion to yourself, because you really are the most powerful person that you know. Okay, that's our moon. Let's go on to we're pretty good. We're only at 7 minutes. We're going to keep going. So we're going to go on to our Mercury. So our Mercury is our planet of communication and of planning and all of that. So your Mercury is in Aries, and the expression for Aries is I am. So what I have for that is honest, enthusiastic, straightforward, and quick to make decisions. Charming and able to draw people in with ease. Like a yummy, bright, delicious flower. That's what I wrote down. I even drew a really cute flower. Here it is. You are lively with speech, and your love of a good old-fashioned intellectual debate. Like, you're down to fight. I know that sounds crazy, but when you really tune in to your desires and your dark emotions and your passions, when you find people in your life that are just as excited and just as lit up and just as like emotionally and intellectually on the same level, it's not going to be a fight. It will be a learning growth process where you both can like put your feelings and like your emotions out there without feeling like it's going to blow up on you. So that's very, very important that you have people in your life that allow you to do that. Some people do not know how to handle you in your direct dynamic approach. You are very resourceful and capable. You would rather just like figure shit out. Like, let's just do it. Like, let's just go. Let's just like learn. And that is beautiful. Really, it is. But a lot of the times, you as an Aries Mercury, you're making decisions on emotion. And that's not like any place that you should ever make any emotion or any decision or anything like that. Emotional games and sports that require finesse and skill are up your alley. I wrote classy. You're a classy girl. So I know the saying that a lot of us know is curiosity killed the cat. But in my new like spiritual awakening of life, I feel like that is just something that has taught us to not grow and learn and develop. And I feel like curiosity taught the cat, and it killed the stupid one, the weak one, who kept going back to the same things that they knew were not serving them, that knew were dangerous, that knew was the trap. They kept going back to those things because of curiosity. But branching out of your little tiny hole every once in a while to see what it smells like is human, and you deserve to do that. So always, always do that. Using your voice for creative expression is the path to your self-expression. You are very witty and silly and quirky and engaging and the best friend. You love playing board games. Oh, I love playing board games too. I love Yahtzee and Life and Clue. Clue's fun. And sorry, but it said that you like really like skilled ones and finesse ones. So you probably are laughing at my board game choices. Let me know what your favorite ones are for sure, please. And then also let me know if your husband plays with you because my husband would never, and I just want to know if yours does. Yes. Loves board games. You like to play tricks and like pranks. Like you're like that like silly, goofy one that's just kind of always like making people laugh. Your communication and mind is sexy. It's an Aries energy. You have a problem solving capability. Like, but sometimes you promise too much and sometimes you put yourself out there too much, and it's not with ill will and like pure intention of not doing the things. It's just because you just like get really excited and you just want to do all of these things, but it's leading to a life of disappointment for you, not anybody else. Because a lot of people know that like we're not going to wake up tomorrow at 8 a.m. and go and do this, that, and the other that we made plans for at 1 a.m. Like most people know that, but you and your Aries energy like get so excited, and it's a beautiful thing about you. But you have to know that sometimes you're like setting your bar too high and it's leading to your own disappointment. So be careful. Your curiosity will allow you to, and lead you to meet and create new social and emotional relationships. So keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. You take much pride in the mind and talents of children. So a lot of Aries, Mercury in Aries placements are teachers. So that's kind of a fun fact. Your spirit is lively and ambitious. Do not ever lose that childlike excitement. It is something that is robbed from almost all of us when we start going to school and when we start like becoming grown, and we forget what it's like to have childlike excitement. And you Aries, with your communication, it's so exciting and fluid, and do not let anybody shit on that parade. Plain and simple, because it's beautiful and the world needs more of that. More of that. But again, it's just creating like ideas and expectations that are unrealistic, and it's setting you up for failure. You being nervous and worrying is because of this thing. I also wrote that you might have had a lot of drama at an early age in your life because you like find friends and a lot of people and you want to do a lot of things, but a lot of people think that that's like backstabbing or like whatever. So you get like people might not think that you're like the best person, but you are the one to take the first jump. You really are. You really are the one to like take the leap, to do the thing, to take the adventure. And I don't like ever tell you to change that, but I think that if you just took a minute to like determine and see landing area, like the end ground, like the pool or like whatever, before you jump, you're not just going to save yourself, you're going to save all of those people that are jumping behind you because they're watching you. And your ability to like help people learn and to help people study is beyond. And so I just really encourage you to never stop learning, never stop communicating, never stop being excited about things, because leaders are learners and they never stop, and you are a leader. So keep going. All right. I think we'll end that at part 3. Come back for part 4.